Hello everyone, hope you all had a great Monday, and mine was not too bad, being that it is Monday, means spooky places. And this week we shall visit a few reportedly haunted hotels in Colorado. And the first stop is the Hotel Colorado, Glen Springs, Colorado. Built in 1891, the Hotel Colorado opened its doors to the public in 1893 with 191 sleeping rooms that rented for as much as $3 a night for the most luxurious accommodations. Guests and staff have reported high activity between the hours of 2 and 4 a.m. Describing the elevator moving from floor to floor with no passengers, the smell of cigar smoke. Consumer relief from Walter Devenroe in the main lobby. The smell of perfume and the sounds of dishes being moved in the Devenroe dining room. A young girl in Victorian clothing seen playing with a ball in various areas of the hotel, and a female apparition that peers over sleeping male guests. Another report tells that the hotel served as a naval hospital. A chambermaid was caught in a lover's triangle and murdered by one of her jealous lovers. Her screams can still be heard in areas of the hotel, and the room in which she died has had so much activity. It cannot be rented and serves as a storage room. Room 551 itself has also had many reports of strange phenomena. In 1982, the hotel was being renovated and new wallpaper was being applied to the walls of room 551. The next morning, all of the wallpaper that had been applied was rolled neatly on the floor. The wallpaper was replaced, but again found on the floor in the morning. After 2 or 3 attempts, several wallpaper samples were placed on the bed in 551. The next morning, all but one of the samples was on the floor. The sample that was left on the bed was applied to the walls and remains there today. The hotel has 2 bell towers turned into luxury guest suites. Room 661 has been dedicated to one of the most famous women in Colorado, Molly Brown. Spirit activity also reported in the room, as well as other bell tower suite, room 662, where both suites have reports of spirit activity. The Molly Brown suite is reported as being the most active. And we move on to the Stanley Hotel, Estates Park, Colorado. The Stanley Hotel began construction in 1906 and opened in 1909. It's most famous for being the inspiration for the Stephen King book and later the movie The Shining. In addition to the regular guests, the hotel is also said to play host to a number of otherworldly visitors. The most notable is F.O. Stanley himself, who is most often seen in the lobby and the billiard room, which was his favorite room when he was still alive. On one such occasion, he is said to have appeared during a tour group's visit to the billiard room, materializing behind a member of the tour. Bartenders at the old hotel also report seeing F.O. stroll through the bar, disappearing when they try to cut him off at the kitchen. Not to be left out, Flora Stanley also haunts the hotel, continuing to entertain guests with her piano playing in the ballroom. Employees and guests have reported hearing music coming from the room, and when they take a peek into the room, they can see the piano keys moving. However, as soon as someone walks across the threshold to investigate further, the music stops and no more movement can be seen upon the keys of the piano. There are several rooms in the hotel that seem to have be particularly haunted. One is room 407, which is said to sometimes be occupied by Lord Dunraven, who owned that land prior to F.O. Stanley. Reportedly, he likes to stand in the corner of the room near the bathroom door. On one such account, witnesses reported that a light in the corner kept turning on and off while the light was off. They told the guests that they knew that he was there. They would only be staying 2 nights, and would he please turn the light back on? The light turned back on. However, later when the lights were turned off and they were trying to sleep, noises were constantly heard from the nearby elevator during a time in which the elevator was not in use. At other times, a ghost has been reported to be looking out the window of room 407 when the room is not booked. Room 418 gets the most reports of haunted activity, apparently from children's spirits. Cleaning crews report having heard many strange noises from the room, as well as seeing impressions on the bed when the room has been empty. When guests stay in the room, they often report that they hear children playing in the hallway at night. One couple reportedly checked out of the hotel very early in the morning, complaining that the children in the hallway kept them up all night. However, there was no children booked in the hotel at the time. Well, also, Stanley Hotel's been visited several times by ghost hunters, and they've come up with some very impressive evidence. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the tales for this week, and wishing you all a spooky night.